This is guy Jay on Twitter. He a big Haney fan. He be always clipping and changing stuff, Jay.
Yeah, they gonna make a narrative as if like I'm scared of. I think Devin's a tremendous fighter. Do I think Devin Haney can beat me? Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah.
For me personally, I'm on a different level than everybody. And when it comes down to boxing, because Devin, he's a boxer. It's not like he's a fucking stone cold killer who's just gonna go in there and try to knock me the fuck out.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to outbox me. I'm the greatest boxer. How do you... So that's how I feel about the fight.
Some fighters ask for opportunities without realizing what comes with them. That's exactly what happens when Devin Haney calls out Shakur Stevenson. And now, with Shakur stripped by the WBC, the fire inside him is only getting stronger, and nobody knows how far it will go.
I'm curious, man, as a boxing fan myself, when I see Terrence say f you to the WBC because they want so much money, I feel for the boxer. I never really kind of understand the sanctioning fees and all that. Are you just going to come in fresh?
Here's what we're doing. You know, you have people that are crying and bitching about us expanding the Ali Act.
Very vocal in boxing.
Most of those people are the problem. Okay.
Fresh off a dominant win over Teofimo Lopez at Madison Square Garden, Shakur Stevenson was shocked when the WBC stripped him of his lightweight title just days later. The timing sparked outrage as the unbeaten star had delivered one of the most lopsided victories of his career. Stevenson accused the organization of prioritizing a six-figure sanctioning fee over legitimate rules. He took to X, writing, "100K to some crooks who don't deserve it? Nah, Leilani, I'd rather give it to you, baby girl. The WBC didn't even have to do with this fight, and it's eating them alive. Take your belt, it don't make me." Stevenson went public, blasting the WBC for stripping him over money rather than regulations. He pointed to a six-figure sanctioning fee tied to the Lopez fight, arguing it was unfair, especially since the WBC wasn't involved in that matchup. The fighter also referenced Terrence Crawford's past experience, questioning the organization's consistency and exposing perceived hypocrisy at the heart of boxing's governing body. He said, "And I just paid these dudes after my last fight. What the hell am giving y'all 100K right now for? Because y'all got beef with Bud, so come at me for it." Amid all this, the problems facing fighters under boxing's current structure have come into sharp focus. Shakur Stevenson unleashed a brutal rant, revealing he paid a six-figure sanctioning fee tied to the Lopez fight, yet the WBC still stripped him, fueling rumors of revenge over past disputes. Meanwhile, Dana White's plan to renovate boxing has drawn criticism from promoters like Oscar De La Hoya and Eddie Hearn, though Bernard Hopkins offered a completely different perspective.
I can tell you from my 30 years experience in boxing, good, bad, and the ugly, I believe Dana White, and I believe that having competition and having also a choice is not a bad thing. I believe Dana White has a plan. I believe Dana White has an opportunity now to show the world that those options are going to be legit and real, and it could be a game changer. And listen, one thing about me, I don't knock it until I see it, and then when I see it, I gotta see it for a distance. Means as time go on, that it stays and it gets bigger. It stays to what it said and what it is, and now it becomes now something that we're used to.
Meanwhile, right after his dominant victory over Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson has emerged as the target for many seeking their next big opponent. But one name stands above the rest: Devin Haney. Speaking of a potential showdown, Shakur made it clear he's ready to take over, but warned Haney and his fans they're biting off more than they can handle. According to Stevenson, if the fight happens, the consequences will be severe.
Devin Haney's probably, to me, I don't think it's hit its point yet, but I think in the next year or two, it'll hit a point where it's like, the world is gonna demand, you know what I'm saying? I can see the trajectory feels like it could meet like that.
I would love this fight. But look, you gotta watch what you say with like, and this is not even Devin fault, cause Devin is very respectful of my game and I'm respectful of his game. He's a good fighter. But his fans will clip and twist and turn things into something that is not. So I try to be real careful on what I say.
True. This is guy Jay on Twitter. He a big Haney fan. He be always clipping and changing stuff.
Speaking of a potential showdown, Shakur Stevenson acknowledged that the fight might be a huge event from a business perspective, but in terms of skill, he considers himself not just a winner, but one of the greatest boxers in the world right now. He believes Devin Haney would face serious consequences if he steps into the ring, as Haney may try to outbox him, but would ultimately fail against Stevenson's superior skills and ring IQ.
Yeah, they gonna make a narrative as if like, I'm scared of. I think Devin's a tremendous fighter. Do I think Devin Haney can beat me? Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah.
For me, personally, I'm on a different level than everybody.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to boxing, because Devin, he's a boxer. It's not like he's a fucking stone cold killer who's just gonna go in there and try to knock me the fuck out.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to outbox me. I'm the greatest boxer. How do you... So that's how I feel about the fight.
Yeah.
But it all gotta make sense from a business standpoint. I don't like...
The boxing world is heating up, and all eyes are on Shakur Stevenson. Devin Haney has officially marked him as the next big challenge, hinting that a showdown between these two could define the sport. Referring to Keyshawn Davis as little brother, Haney suggests that once he settles that fight, he'll move on to the big brother, meaning Shakur Stevenson. He took to Twitter writing, "Me and Shakur is the next biggest fight in boxing. I want him and Keyshawn. Little bro, then big bro." Shakur Stevenson has fired back at Devin Haney's challenge, making it clear that he's aware of the growing buzz and the high stakes involved. By resharing Haney's post, Stevenson signaled that he's not intimidated and is ready to answer the call. The tension between the two fighters is now escalating, and fans are bracing for a clash that could shake the lightweight division to its core. He fired a blunt warning saying, "Be careful what you ask for, things might just happen." As the boxing world scrutinizes every call-out and response, the tension between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney continues to build. Stevenson is sending a clear warning, making it obvious that Haney needs to be careful with his intentions. Meanwhile, Andre Ward has stepped in, calling for another fight he believes could be a cinematic spectacle. Speaking with Roy Jones Jr., Ward reflected on Haney's explosiveness and power, suggesting that against Stevenson, the fight could prove far tougher than many expect.
Last thing I'm gonna say about Keyshawn Davis. He called somebody out after the fight.
Devin Haney. His father in my DMs keeps screenshotting stuff that we saying. I don't know what he's screenshotting it for, but Devin Haney definitely on my hit list, and we making that happen 2026.
Devin Haney just came off a much-needed, dominating performance against Brian Norman. The low-hanging fruit in the headline was, can he take the punch? He showed that he can take the punch, but he also delivered a punch. So now he's back in the driver's seat and can make whatever decision he wants. What do you think about that fight if it's 1 or 2 fights away?
Kind of tough fight right now because Devin Haney is right back at the top of his game. Devin showed that the weight loss was probably causing him to not have as good punch resistance, and it also probably wasn't causing him to have as much power or explosiveness as he has.
Highlighting the ongoing weight concerns that have restrained Devin Haney in past fights, Roy Jones Jr. believes stepping up against Keyshawn Davis might not play in Haney's favor. While Haney possesses superior tools and boxing IQ compared to Davis, one thing makes Keyshawn dangerous: his ability to show up differently and adapt to every style at the right moment. This adaptability could prove decisive in a high-stakes matchup against Haney.
He showed tremendous power, tremendous punch resistance in that fight against Norman, and for him to do that means that the weight was probably an issue. Now, if Keyshawn comes up, or if they even do a catch weight, a 143, 144, it's going to be a very interesting fight because I think Devin has more tools and more IQ right now, but Keyshawn is different. I mean, you gotta have that intangibleness about him, where he can be a different guy when it's time to be a different guy. You can never count him out. However, if I were pushing Keyshawn, I would have another fight or two before I fight Devin, just for experience purposes. And if I was Devin, I would try to jump on it right now before he gets those couple fights, because the more experience he gets.
Sharing his thoughts, Andre Ward believes Keyshawn Davis has the potential to defeat Devin Haney, even with the ongoing concerns about Haney's weight. Ward insists this is a fight that needs to happen, likely overseen by Turki Al-Sheikh, and one that could push both fighters far beyond their limits. Beyond the massive payday, it represents a career-defining opportunity. Haney can attempt a comeback, while a win for Davis could elevate him to heights he's never imagined before.
The harder he's going to become to beat.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough fight for Keyshawn Davis. And I think in many respects, Devin Haney too. You can't take Keyshawn Davis light. He can really fight. He's really like that. The weight difference is a concern, and it's a fair question. Is he ready now? Is he ready a fight or two from now? But that's the fight, really. If you really want to you want to scream, I'm back, That's the type of fight that you want, because obviously it's in the Turkey Al-Sheikh universe, and that's a fight that's going to get made. You're going to make a career high payday. But if you are able to beat Devin Haney,
Another fight capturing attention is Conor Benn versus Shakur Stevenson. Following Stevenson's commanding victory over Teofimo Lopez, he issued a challenge to Benn, who responded defiantly, insisting he's ready for the showdown. While the matchup could bring a huge payday for both fighters, Paulie Malignaggi views it as a dangerous mismatch. He warns that Benn's confidence may exceed his ability, and his lack of experience at the elite level could leave him unprepared to compete with Stevenson's skill and precision.
Be pushing this fight, aside from the people that have a financial stake in it, which mind you, I fully understand if you have a financial stake in it. I totally get it.
Right.
And I'm not even knocking it from that perspective. From that side, if you have a financial stake in it, it makes sense, you want it, and I get it, okay? But as a fan, you're not getting a financial stake in it, okay, buddy? You're just watching the fight. So anybody not with no financial stake in this fight should call it for what it is. It's a one-sided mismatch. I don't see Conor being competitive with Shakur. I think if you can see that before the fight, granted, Gervonta Davis has a career full of these fights, and people still watch them. So I may be out of my mind thinking that fans might actually be logical in this generation. But having said that, if you can see from a mile away that this is going to be a one-sided fight, what do you care to watch it for? What do I want? What do you want to watch? A spectacle? Who wants to watch that?
Paulie Malignaggi argues that a matchup between Shakur Stevenson and Conor Benn doesn't add up competitively. He believes Benn doesn't have the skill set or experience to truly challenge Stevenson at this level. Instead, Paulie points to Raymond Muratalla, who impressed against Andy Cruz, as a far more fitting opponent. While a fight with Benn may be lucrative, Malignaggi warns that gaps in Benn's style could make the bout unnecessarily risky for Stevenson.
You can ask me as a fan what I want to see. I want to see Shakur Stevenson against Raymond Muratalla. That's what I want to see. Yes, you favor Shakur, but you know what? Raymond Muratalla showed a lot of quality in that Andy Cruz win. He's been showing a lot of quality in his career. He's getting better and better. He's a world champion. He's still ascending. That's the fight I love. Am I going to get it? No, probably not. I get it.
Not only you're not going to get it, there's zero shot.
That is not happening at all. Written on my
that
parade.
is not happening at all.
Let me get my umbrella out before you write on my parade, at least. You know?
Paulie was being optimistic about something. I had to go in there and be pessimistic CA today, but yeah, no, that fight didn't happen.
Yeah, whenever Paulie's optimistic, something's wrong. We gotta step in and take care of that.
And I am not knocking the Conor Benn fight for that reason either. Like, I'm just saying, if you're giving me my opinion and you want to know, Paulie, what do you think of this fight? I think the fight sucks. All right, that's what I'll tell you. Shakur Stevenson versus Conor Benn, I think it sucks. I don't think it makes any sense from a competitive standpoint. But I don't have a financial stake in it. You know, from the people perspective that have a financial stake in it, there's a lot of casuals that are going to be interested in this fight, especially in the UK.
Boxing analysts are increasingly skeptical about Conor Benn earning a fight against Shakur Stevenson. Chris Algieri points out that while such a matchup could generate a massive payday, it would be a low-risk endeavor for Stevenson given Benn's limited experience and past gym confrontations. While Paulie Malignaggi leans toward Benn facing Raymond Muratalla, Algieri highlights more credible challengers who could truly test Stevenson, naming fighters like Abdullah Mason and Devin Haney as better competitive options.
It's an easy fight. So, like, if he has an option, if you have an option, if you're going to go for the biggest bang for your buck, the most money, the least risk, that's the one. Now, who do I really want to see him fight? I'm not sitting there being like, I want to see, who's going to knock him off. I think Shakur beats everybody. I want to see him fight everybody. The Muratalla fight, I really like that, Paulie, but we're not seeing Shakur go backwards now. And by backwards, I mean 1 weight and 2 in scope. That fight is a good fight, but Muratalla's profile is not there yet. Maybe it gets there. I don't think he's long for 35 either. He's probably getting up at 40 relatively soon, if not next fight, the fight after. Then you can see Muratalla chasing after a Shakur fight. And actually, I do like the fight. I think Muratalla brings a certain kind of physicality combined with his technical skills that it could be something. But personally, I think the styles that are going to give Shakur the most trouble are going to be your long, athletic, fast boxer types. The guys like Abdullah Mason, the guys like Devin Haney. And that's actually the fight I really want, although his stablemate Keyshawn Davis is edging his way in there to go up to 47 to get that Devin Haney fight. I'm actually surprised. Why don't we ever hear about Shakur and Devin?
After Shakur Stevenson's dominant performance, the junior lightweight division is clearly evolving, and speculation over his next opponent is intensifying. Duke McKenzie identifies Gary Antoine Russell as a fighter capable of giving Stevenson a serious challenge. While McKenzie acknowledges other names in the conversation, he emphasizes that Russell stands out as the most deserving contender, making him the likeliest candidate to test Stevenson's skills and emerge as a legitimate threat in the division.
In my eyes, in that weight division, there's only one fighter that's going to give him a good fight. There's only one fighter who even stands a chance of beating him. And see, Gary Antoine Russell, him, that guy, that I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. Because, you know, that guy's got the class, he's got the power, he's improving all the time, just like Shakur Stevenson. You know, he's a champion in his own right. So let's hope they get a unification series going on, right? You know, throw Dalton Smith into that equation, throw the other champion into that equation. You got that 10-stone division right now has to be the best division on the planet. The 10-stone light welterweight division, or the junior welterweights as the Americans like to call it.
The drama in boxing isn't slowing down. Shakur Stevenson has been stripped of his WBC title, yet he's sending clear warnings to Devin Haney, signaling that any step into the ring won't come without consequences. With potential opponents like Raymond Muratalla and Gary Antoine Russell waiting in the wings, the next chapter promises high stakes, explosive action, and career-defining moments. Who do you think can actually take Stevenson down? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to stay ahead of all the boxing drama.